Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome to the channel. Lesage here, word up. Today we are to be covering over basically the top cut of the late night series. So we're going to be streaming it live. Solo casting it by myself, but I certainly have enough energy to bring the heat for everyone who's going to be watching. So the games that I have lined right up now, we have Vaughn O'Brien playing against Isaac Trone, both players who are known to the top levels of the competitive scene. So it's going to be it's going to be a Dark Toolbox matchup versus an Ice Rider Inteleon. So I think the Ice Rider Inteleon's a little bit favored, but both players can make it happen. We're going to be starting the top cut round relatively soon. So I'm just going to set up the next phase. I'm just going to let people know exactly the top 16 is starting. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Just double checking to see what we got going on. And we're going to get it all started here. So I'm going to deafen myself on Discord, and we're going to be right up in here. And let's get it started. So getting everything started here, we should be pretty good. Just going to be checking to see what we got going on here. And shout out to everyone who's watching their games. It looks like both players are good to go. So just waiting for the match to go on here. Just double checking, making sure that everyone else is here. You're 7th right now? That's sick. Good luck, peeps. Alright. So we're going to be watching the game from Vaughn's perspective, and Vaughn is playing Dark Toolbox. Vaughn losing the coin flip can be a little bit rough because it is going to give Ice Rider that kind of huge opportunity to start the game beforehand. And Vaughn picking between an Eldegoss and a Dedenne GX is going to be a little bit tough here. It's not necessarily the Pokemon that you want to be seeing going into the top 16, but luckily everything's best 2 out of 3. And we'll just wait to see exactly what Isaac puts down here. Both of these players had a fantastic Swiss run, at least getting 7 wins in the event. So we'll see. Maybe it's just going to be a Drizzile or the Crobat start. But with 2 Pokemon putting down on their bench, it seems a little bit of an awkward start. I don't ever know why players would start with more than 1 Pokemon going first, because you still have the opportunity to really add Pokemon as you like. So not really a huge turn here from Isaac. It looks like Isaac is just really missing that energy attachment, and that might give Vaughn the opportunity. Like, Vaughn has access to Sabrina and Bryson, which is definitely is one heck of a card. You got to discard quite a few cards That's a gigantic amount of cards to pitch away from a hand. See if Vaughn wants to grab both energies. You can always get them back with Galarian Moltres. And I like how Vaughn's searching through his deck. Sneasel, type null. Cool. So, I mean, I think that hand seems pretty good. It looks like Vaughn's going to pitch it again. Because I'd like to see a Galarian Moltres come down here. I think it would have been better to go ahead and grab a Galarian Moltres instead of grabbing the Darkrai Umbreon. Because that would have just given Vaughn more opportunities to attach energies. So missing that energy can be absolutely huge. It's just like that extra energy would have been huge for Vaughn. There's no other way to put it. Vaughn's able to attach 2 energy from red and blue next turn, 1 energy from Galarian Moltres, 1 energy from hand, so being 1 energy short on the Dark Moon GX for a knockout on potentially an Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. And right now Isaac has access to Drizzile. Drizzile being able to grab pretty much whatever Isaac wants. I mean, you never know what Isaac wants, but we'll see exactly how it goes. It's one of those things where it's still anyone's game right now. But getting back-to-back Drizzile, maybe we're going to see the Capacious Bucket play. Maybe we're going to see access to a Melanie. These games can really, a lot of things can happen. And these players are playing for just about 100 packs from PTCGO Zone, sponsored by this event. So lots of cool prizing to win at this event. Of course, I think the bigger prize here is getting those invitational points for the Chill TCG PTCGO Zone Late Night Series Invitational, where there's over 2,500 US of prizing. So seeing both players up here, they are both gaining a lot of points towards that ranking. Alright, so we see the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, but is Isaac going to be able to get any of the energies? There's a Water Energy. There's a Crobat. Is the Crobat going to grab a Melanie so that we can see Isaac attack here? Ooh, and we do see the Melanie. Is Isaac going to go ahead and go for the attack? Is Isaac going to go hit for the knockout here? There's a lot of things that are, like, awkward about this potential thing. Because you're just knocking out an Eldegoss, right? Like, I don't think Vaughn has a great response back to this right now. But there's still the opportunities. And I think Isaac's just thinking about it, like, what do we do? So there's Ride of the High King. I don't know if Ride of the High King there is, like, ever worth it. Because you're not drawing prize cards. You're not really getting it. I mean, Vaughn has kind of an ideal setup here. Being able to grab a Weavile GX, being with red and blue, having the Silvally to draw more cards. Just a little bit short on the energy from Darkrai Umbreon. Would have been able to get it if he did not grab the Darkrai Umbreon off the first 3. So, in your country, it's 11:40. Got it. Yeah, here it's 12:40, just past midnight. So we're going to see the red-blue. Vaughn's probably going to pitch some of those VMAX, or the tag team Pokemon, grabbing the Weavile, grabbing a couple energies, and there's a dark energy. Silvally, is Vaughn going to put down the Marsh out to draw extra cards? Okay, so we're going to see the disc reload first. Nothing crazy going on here. It's kind of an awkward start, if I could ever say one. I really think the Galarian Moltres would have been huge here. So, we're going to go Shadow Connection. Maybe Vaughn can go ahead and put the Eldegoss at the bottom of the deck. That's an option. Maybe we're going to see Darkrai Umbreon attack. I honestly don't know where Vaughn's going, like how Vaughn's going to play this one out. It's kind of a... do you attack into the Ice Rider? They could have Leon. Now, looking at Isaac's list, they play 2 of the Inteleon with Shady Dealing and 2 of the Inteleon with Quick Shooting. I'm honestly not sure which way Isaac's going to go for it. Like, if I were Isaac, I would just be grabbing a... Oh, you want to know what? Isaac doesn't even play Leon. But again, I guess there is the Quick Shooting, so Quick Shooting onto the Darkrai Umbreon plus Max Lance would be a knockout. And yeah, I guess it's really Vaughn just going for the sacrifice on the Eldegoss, seeing what the options are. So doing that 130 really didn't do too much for Isaac, and because we're not going to be able to go double quick shooting and knock out the Eldegoss, there's really not a lot that Isaac can do here. It's just kind of an awkward start. There's no other way to put it. It's just like there was really no point of attacking the Eldegoss. Vaughn made that questionable play, not grabbing the Galarian Moltres and instead grabbing the Darkrai Umbreon. You usually want to go for the Pokemon that are more hard to search, or Pokemon that can offer you something on the first turn. So, getting all the same cards, just in a slightly different order. And maybe the Galarian Moltres is prized and I'm literally just missing it. It's one of those things where I'm more paying attention to the board state than every card that's in Vaughn's deck. And I really don't know what we're going to see here. Are we just going to see another Ride to the High King? Vaughn would probably... Okay, we're going to see a Boss's Orders. This is probably going to knock out the Weavile GX. Okay. This is actually just knocking out the Darkrai Umbreon. So that's going to be a tough 3 prize card loss for Vaughn. Now, with 1, 2... Vaughn can attach another 2 energies because red and blue is not an option. I'd say this is looking like a game that's going to be going to game 2 if I've ever seen one. I really don't know how Vaughn would be able to come back in this particular board state. Vaughn's basically going to have to forego the next turn, sacrifice something, hope that Isaac has nothing, and really go after it. It's really just going for a Darkrai Umbreon-esque play. So, seeing exactly what's going on here, there's a Boss's Orders. Okay. Vaughn's just going to be drawing some cards. So the Galarian Moltres was in the deck. So had we seen that Dark Moon GX, this game would have been completely different. Maybe Vaughn could go ahead and try to attack with the Galarian Moltres. That is an option. Getting down Type Null does leave that option open for red and blue as long as there's a Silvally in Vaughn's deck. Okay. And yeah, it looks like we're just sacrificing that Eldegoss here. Vaughn's really trying to build up some kind of, maybe just a Dark Moon GX play, and trying to build up a gigantic board states. That being said, I don't know if there's anything. Maybe there's a Mega Tyranitar play? Or Tyranitar Mega Sableye? I always forget the name of that card. Is it Mega Sableye or Mega Tyranitar? Mega Sableye Tyranitar. Okay. Okay, so we're going to see the Boss's Orders probably just take out the Weavile. I would have definitely taken out the Weavile, to be honest. I think it's more important. Use the Moltres from Evolving Skies. I mean, I think that would have happened had we been able to see it, like, had Vaughn been able to get it out earlier. But I think this is just going to be a swift game, too. I don't know if Vaughn's going through the motions here. Maybe Vaughn's hoping that there's no more energy in play. I don't know if that's even a possibility. Yeah, I really don't know where Vaughn's going to be able to... Mega Sableye. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what this Mewtwo can do. The Mewtwo's got triple energies. Maybe Vaughn can go ahead and attack. Black Lance is not terrible, I guess. Black Lance seems like it's the attack that does the most. And we're probably just going to see the other Inteleon come out to grab a Capacious Bucket Melanie. Oh, that's a quick shooting. Okay, never mind. We're just going to see double quick shooting. And Vaughn is going to be down game 1, choosing to go first game 2. So we will switch that up and see exactly what we have going on. Okay, and we already have Angel 22 Aranabar moving forward into the top 8, so we will be featuring their deck in the top 8 deck list. They are playing Shadow Rider. So Vaughn, with an interesting start. I mean, there's opportunities to get things out. Certainly not terrible. Couple extra cards there for Vaughn too. That's not bad. I like searching through the deck first with Tag Call. I think that's a very good idea. Grabbing a red and blue here to me seems like the best opportunity. I don't see anything else that we really want. I do like how Vaughn is checking through the entire deck. And I like grabbing the Darkrai Umbreon here over the Mewtwo Mew just because of Path to the Peak. So I would have been grabbing red and blue. It seems like Vaughn is going for maybe a Dedenne GX strategy. Because I think the Pokemon Communication could have grabbed a Weavile. Or could have grabbed a Sneasel, I should have said. A Quick Ball can totally grab... a Quick Ball can totally grab the other type Null. And that's really where I'm thinking. So we see that Vaughn did get the Sneasel, did get the type Null, does have the Tag Call, does have the Dire Flame Wings. And this seems like an incredibly powerful start. I don't think Vaughn necessarily wants to go Viridian Forest. To give that over to Isaac. But it is one of those things where we're going to see how Isaac's turn plays out. If Vaughn does go for that early Dark Moon GX, it can get awkward. Because it's only going to be 2 prize cards. So one thing that's tough is that there's not really that 220 damage when it comes to Vaughn's deck. Now maybe Vaughn goes for Mega Sableye Tyranitar. That might be the clutch play here. I do believe that Greedy Crush does do 210 for the knockouts. So 210 would get the knockout there. All right. I mean, Vaughn's getting fully set up here. Are we gonna see the Silvally draw everything that Vaughn needs? I do see Vaughn has that Silvally. And attaching everything fully. We're gonna see a full disc reload for 5. And will Vaughn be able to get the knockout? So with all those energies in play, I think Vaughn can totally get the knockout here with the Sableye, the Mega Sableye Tyranitar. I don't know if red and blue is going to grab anything here for Vaughn. I think Sabrina and Bryson might be better. Just because it could grab energies out of the deck. I don't think Mewtwo Mew is going to necessarily going to do anything. But it looks like Vaughn's going to take an early KO here, as long as my math is right with the knockout. Alright, and we are going to see Vaughn using Shadow Connection, moving those energies slowly but surely all the way over to the active Pokemon. You can't move all the energies at once, but it does give you an opportunity to just double check what's going on. Okay, there's the Greedy Crush. Don't use Gigafall GX. Yeah, we're top 16 already. Just making sure that I give everyone their shoutouts for playing in the events. Yeah, Swift best of 3 would be a lot nicer. A lot of these issues come from time constraints. So the big question is Vaughn going to be able to go for Dark Moon GX next turn? Retreating for 4 sounds tough because that's going to leave Vaughn with 2 energies in play. You can always get one back with the Galarian Moltres. So that's 3 energies, and attaching one, that's 4 energies, but just a little bit behind. Now, when it comes to availability in Vaughn's list, the Malovana is in the discard pile. Maybe the air balloon's enough to make this happen. So Vaughn's going to keep 3 energies, 4 energies, 5 energies, 6 energies. I think that's enough for a Dark Moon GX. I think Vaughn's just like counting this out, making sure that was a busted Marnie for Vaughn as long as the math plays out. So again, 2 energies, 3 energies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no Sobbles on the bench, so that's going to be complete bench out. Vaughn dominating this game. So Isaac's going to be going first game 3. These games are absolutely blazing by. But that's what's going to happen in the standard format, and that's why we're playing a little bit quicker rounds today. Alright, it's anyone's game. Who's going to take it? Isaac or Vaughn? I haven't necessarily looked at the other top decks that are in this tournament yet. So our top 16 consists of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the Dark Toolbox decks. 2 E-turns. So that's 6 Dark decks. We got a Shadow Rider, a Shadow Rider, a Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider. So 4 Shadow Riders. Lots of decks out here. 2 Luke Metals. 2 Ice Riders. And a Trevenant Dusknoir deck. Players from all over the world playing in this event. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so we're seeing Isaac with a decent start here. Will Isaac, no energy though. Jeez, Isaac misses those energies like all the time. The issue here though with Vaughn's start is that the Path of the Peak is just going to stop Vaughn. Vaughn's going to have to go Marshadow and a Dene GX here. All right, yep, we're seeing this play happen. Is Vaughn going to be able to get everything set up? We don't know what's going on with Isaac's hand, right? We're watching it from Vaughn's perspective. All right. Are we gonna see the busted Pokemon? We need to see a Sneasel, a Type Null. I mean, these ain't bad. So no Urshifu in top at all. I don't know if it's just players decided not to play it or just didn't do well. It's kind of one of those like weird decks. And, okay, so there's a Drizzile. That's definitely going to get Isaac some things going on here. Just depends on what he's looking for. Alejandro, yeah, I'm totally excited for rotation. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm excited for rotation. I'm excited for Evolving Skies, I'll put it like that. Think the format's getting to the point where it's a little bit stale, and we're now kind of pulling ahead out of it. Alright, there's a research. Pitching that hand away. Was the E-turn versus Dark Botch Mac? I think it's really close. It can really go anyway. Well, a lot of these matches are already completed. There's another path. Now, what Vaughn can do here is red-blue, pitch away Sneasel Sneasel, grab out the Silvally, drop the Viridian. That's going to allow Vaughn to use Disc Reload. And will he be able to find the Weavile GX? So far, that does not look like a Weavile GX. Now, when it comes to looking at Vaughn's deck, there are 2 copies of Dedenne GX. I'm not sure if the other one's prized or not. You want a PTCGO event? Yo, let's go, Sceptile. Glaceon VMAX seems okay. So yeah, no way for Vaughn to get that Weavile GX out this turn. So really just kind of a sitting duck. The matchup between Dark Toolbox and Eternatus really comes down to who can, if the Dark Toolbox player can go for huge Dark Moon plays. If I were Vaughn, I would definitely... Oh, okay. Dark Moon GX is an interesting choice there. No trainer cards down. We're probably not going to see anything get evolve, but I don't know how the knockout's going to really happen. Maybe Mega Sableye Tyranitar is going to have to come out and play again. Okay, there's either Cynthia Caitlin or going for the Eldegoss. There's really nothing. I think it's going to be Cynthia Caitlin pitching that Eldegoss away, trying to draw into something. This game is 1-1, yeah. We're going to see the Disc Reload. Ooh, there's the Weavile. Will Vaughn be able to get out a Greedy Crush? That's really where it's going to come down to. Think this works? No, Vaughn's still going to be behind in energy. So kind of just stuck here. I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So if I seem like I'm answering someone else, or anything else like that, it's just because I'm doing both at the same time. I'm also running this event solely by myself tonight. And solo casting and producing and all that stuff. So busy Zach. Yeah, it's not going to be enough for a knockout here. Don't know if the 40 really matters. I'm not sure. I mean, it could get the knockout, but it's always a quick shooting away anyways. I probably wouldn't have healed. What is this Mewtwo going to be doing? I'm so confused. Okay, it looks like we're going to be going for the Darkrai Umbreon. So, I mean, not getting at the Galar and Moltres seems to be really hurting Vaughn in this matchup. Probably the most. And we'll see if Isaac's able to get the knockout here. All they need is they need an energy, a quick shooting Inteleon, and an Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. That's about as, I think that's pretty easy, especially now that Dark Moon GX is off the board. Now, we do want to note that it's time in 15 minutes. That is something that could be a factor. Not that I think that this game's going to last 15 more minutes, but it could be a factor. Yo, Manuel de Leon, what's poppin'? Okay, we see a level ball. That can grab a Drizzile, and the Drizzile can grab another piece. Is that going to be enough for Isaac? Does Isaac have all the pieces? So we see the Evolution Incense there. There's the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Are we going to see the quick shooting Inteleon and the Max Lance? Alright, what is the Drizzile gonna grab? There's only so many cards that I can grab out of the deck. And as long as there's an Evolution Incense, this could really, was that just grabbing nothing? There's the energy. Are we gonna see the quick shooting? It's another energy. Another path. Really going to hurt Vaughn. And the boss. Okay. The boss is going to be able to take out that Mewtwo and Mew GX. And now Vaughn is going to be stuck pretty much with, like, optionless. No abilities unless Vaughn can top deck a Marshadow or a Viridian Forest. Yeah, to me it seems like Vaughn's just going to have to go for just a Black Lance. There's really nothing else to do here. And Isaac could take this game right now by just getting a quick shooting Inteleon. There's a Melanie. Is that going to be enough to draw into the quick shooting? Needs an energy and a quick shooting. Isaac, what's in that hand? You got 8 cards. How do you not have this? Now, in another world, if Isaac misses this, Vaughn could potentially jump back into this game. So, seems really weird. Isaac's playing kind of slow and methodically, probably thinking it out. Do you attach the energy or not? If Isaac has the energy, you always attach the energy. And then if not, then what is Isaac really thinking about? Vaughn can still win. It's just looking a little bit rough here, with only 3 prize cards left for Isaac, 6 left for Vaughn, and no abilities for Vaughn. Vaughn's deck is very ability heavy. Okay, looks like we're going to see the Inteleon go after it. Wow. What's Vaughn going to top deck here? Mewtwo Mew. So Vaughn can't really get out of the active spot. Vaughn's going to have to... If he goes ahead and attacks the Inteleon, Isaac's basically just needs a water energy to win. I don't know what Vaughn's thinking. I mean, Vaughn could retreat here, but retreating is just potentially sending Vaughn back. At this point, I would probably just hope that my opponent does not have the energy. Yeah, it's really... oh, wow, we're going to see the retreat. I would have definitely sent up the Silvally here. Just because it's the Mewtwo, the Dedenne GX is just going to sit there. And I mean, we could really just... Isaac could wait this out until they draw a boss. Seems kind of like the big play here. Okay. There's another Aqua Bullet. I mean, Isaac really has nothing to lose here. Vaughn's going to have to go through and attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Isaac's very close to just taking it. Are we going to see them? There's no Marshadow there. Pretty sure Vaughn already used the Marshadow turn 1 in his list. Another Moltres. And yeah, Vaughn's just vibing here. Has to pass. If Isaac has boss energy, that is going to be game. And that looks like it could be Capacious Bucket and boss. Tool Scrapper. Okay. Is there... Okay, so sorry, but there's no energy because there's the other one with it. So that's going to be Isaac taking the game over Vaughn. And that's what we got going on. Word, that's an exciting game that we've already seen in the top 16, and there's going to be plenty more action to come from this event. Late Night Series brings some of the best players in the game. I mean, heck, even last week, we had a kind of huge battle between Shintaro Ito, 2016 World Champion, 2019 World's Runner-Up, against up-and-coming player Aaron McCann. I don't know exactly what we have going on with this tournament, but I mean, Isaac Trone was able to make it far in the Players' Cup. We have Bodhi Robinson, multi-international finalist in junior. Angel 22 has been crushing up events all throughout everything. Kaiser Scorch, another well-known online era player. And of course, there's even more players that can make their name. I could be missing someone, but just briefly looking at the standings over there, lots of cool things going on there. So it sucks. Vaughn's my close friends. It sucks that Vaughn lost there. But you want to know what? Someone has to win, someone has to lose, and that's the way the game goes. So we'll see exactly how it goes. Stay tuned, everyone. We're going to be right back for the top 8. So just stay tuned for that. It's going to be in the next 10 minutes or so. Yo, what's pops, peeps? We are back here with our top 8 players. So we got a lot of great players into this tournament. I'm just gonna pull up the players that we got going on here. We have Hajim A, we have Adityo Primiria, Isaac Cherone, Rory Sharp, Mark 261, Kaiser Scourge, Bodhi Robinsons, and Angel 22 Aranabar. Looks like we're gonna be looking at the game between Bodhi Robinson and they started playing their game. So let's just jump in and see exactly what we got going on here. Jump right into the gameplay. And I'm just going to update the players' names. Also, the Greninja King Rapid Strike is not even in contention, so it cannot win this event. Alright, so we have Bodhi Robinson playing a Dark Toolbox deck against a Shadow Rider deck. I'd say, if anything, the Dark Toolbox deck should be able to advance. I am going to pull up both of the lists, just to make sure that I know exactly what's going on here. So, pulling up Bodhi's list, is there anything interesting going on with Bodhi's list? That's going to be the big question. So Bodhi does have the Sabrina and Bryson, so that seems to be a popular tech. Now, Angel 22 is no stranger to making top cut at any of these events. It's one of those things where they are probably one of the most successful players in the game when it comes to playing their Shadow Rider deck. It just seems like a standard Shadow Rider deck. 1-1L Creamy, 1 Gang Q, all that stuff. Zapping's rude. Sure, if you want to send me a link to an image for my late night series borders, which you think would look more neat, that's totally cool. Totally would like any help possible. I do all my own graphic designs. I'm not a graphic designer or anything else like that, so any extra help would be great. So, we'll see what Angel's doing with their turn. I'm not sure how they're going to really get around this. Bodhi has a great start with that Galarian Moltres. Having access to the red and blue, being able to get out of Silvally, being able to use Disc Reload, draw some more cards, seems like an absolute plus here. Another Shadow Rider Calyrex V. I mean, one of the cool things that you can do in this matchup is really go with Alchemy. Alchemy is not weak. Zach, what deck are you more interested in playing in the POG tournaments? I'm honestly not sure. I think Rayquaza VMAX seems like a deck that I very much like. Angel made top 4 at Players Cup 4. That's awesome. For me, it's really tough to keep up with all the players with so many events. So I like the sacrifice here of the Cresselia that is a single prize card Pokemon. Of course, it does leave Bodhi for the opportunity to go 1 prize card, 3 prize card, 2 prize cards. Okay, so I think I would have liked pitching away the Dark Energy a little bit more. Maybe it's just to draw more cards. I think I like Air Balloon a lot in this matchup. More than most people probably would, but maybe it doesn't matter. Because Bodhi seems to have everything that he reasonably wants. Here I would just put down the other Galarian Moltres, probably. I think that seems completely valid. And we'll see what Bodhi wants to grab. I'd avoid 3 prize card Pokemon in this matchup whenever possible. So, not avoiding a 3 prize card Pokemon, that's okay. I just don't know what benefit that Pokemon has on the bench compared to anything else. Are we going to see an Aura Burn? So yeah, I don't see why the Greninja Zoroark needs to be on the bench. That's kind of my take on the situation. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think it's necessarily great. I just don't think it's necessary is my my biggest question. I mean, I'm sure Bodhi is a man with a plan. Probably has a plan for everything going on here. And we'll really see how Angel follows up here. I mean, both players are... It's probably, arguably, the two strongest players left in the tournament are playing out in the top 8s. Go figure. Plenty of strong players, but really in terms of in-real-life accomplishments and online accomplishments, both players here are very, very, very strong. Now, okay, so we're seeing the Alcremie VMAX. Maybe that's something that's going to be... Angel's going to be forcing around so that Bodhi's not going to be getting these... easy 2-3 prize card hits because it is weak to metal instead of being weak to dark. Although it is something that you got to be careful when it comes to the G-Max Whisk, because G-Max Whisk, you are pitching away a bunch of psychic energies, and sometimes you could run out of energies. I see a lot of players go all creamy and they get a little greedy, and then they just lose all their energies in play. So, I see Angel. What's Angel going to be grabbing here? Is this going to be a Genku? No, that's a Marshadow. Okay. Because I was going to say, Genku's not... Oh, is that going to be another single prize card kind of sacrifice? Maybe like, Angel doesn't have the cards, the psychic energies in his hands to power up the Alcremie. That seems like it's an awkward place to be in. Because Bodhi could still draw out of this with Disc Reload. And getting that Weavile seems really good here for Bodhi. Okay, so he's automatically going to grab his energy, making sure he doesn't forget about the Dire Flame Wings. Let's see where the calm takes us. Okay, so Weavile's going back into the deck. No way to really draw cards. Is Bodhi going to try to go for a red and blue? It seems like it's... I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so there's red and blue. If there was another boss in the deck, I think I would have tried to go for another boss off of Disc Reload. To me, that seems like it would be a really strong play. Just because you can knock out a Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX and kind of checkmate your opponent out of the game. There's another couple energies. I mean, Bodhi's very energy rich on board. Although if one of those things like a Weavile gets knocked out, it can certainly get a little bit dicey here. I don't think the Mewtwo Mew is very good in this matchup. I very much like getting back the Galarian Moltres. I think that's good. And I'd probably put down... Well, it depends on what Angel plays in his deck. Angel plays 2 copies of Path to the Peak, so I'd actually put a Marshadow down or not put down anything at all. Either that, or maybe just put down Darkrai Umbreon, move 6 energies to it, so you can get off a Dark Moon GX and really kind of checkmate your opponents. That doesn't sound half bad either. Because all Angel has to do now is take out Bodhi's Weavile, and there's an opportunity. I'm not saying it's a great opportunity, but it's an opportunity. Okay. Just, 1 second here. Okay, I was just, looking on this side. it looks like it's not taking anything and recording the game. Just 1 second here, peeps. Okay, looks like it's finally updating and should be good here now. This is pretty basic. I can give you an idea how the players' names and stuff can be arranged, plus was in a hurry. Okay, cool. We'll definitely have to check that out. Yeah, not entirely sure what went on with everything, but yeah, sorry about that quick little frame drop. And we're just, there's the knockout. Okay, so we're seeing Angel take the first, like, kind of huge knockout there. Yeah, we're back. Hopefully everyone can see us. It looks like it's live on my side. Okay, so Bodhi can go for disc reload. Yeah, looks like everything's kind of set back here. Perfect. Now, there's no Detonate GX, anything else like that. Bodhi can go for the Maltras play, though. If Darkrai Umbreon is a possibility, yeah, looks like Bodhi's going to be able to go for just a Dark Moon GX and take the knockout on the Alchemy VMAX. Now, it does make the game, like, a little bit, I don't know, dicey. I'll just say dicey. Depending on what Angel can do. If Angel could respond with a knockout, again, not sure how. So 6 energy. I'd move the energy to the Galarian Maltras here. And that's a huge knockout. Looks like Bodhi might take game 1. So we'll see how Angel responds here. They might be responding in the Limitless kind of tab, being like, yo, word. Okay, perfect. Glad we're all back. My whole computer was just like, we're going to pause everything for a second, and you can't click anything. Which was super pog. I'm just going to check out the Limitless chat to see if anyone's saying anything. Nope, no one's saying anything. Angel's really just thinking everything out here. It is Angel Toxic. Yep, they're the same person. So, I mean, again, no trainer cards coming down from Angel Toxic's side. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 1-0 win here. Yeah. Okay, so Bodhi's going to be going up game 1. We're going to be going to game 2. Let's see exactly what's going on here. Bodhi's asking first or second. We'll see what Angels says here. Okay, Angel's going to be going first, which is probably fine as the Dark Toolbox player. So we got a couple players up game 1. Isaac Trone's up a game. So Isaac Trone playing the Ice Rider deck. We also have another Shadow Rider that's up a game. See exactly how everything plays out here. Shadow Rider start to a Mega Sableye. Nothing crazy. Bodhi can go ahead and grab that everything out with Sabrina and Bryson. I think that's really the big play. And with Sabrina and Bryson, you have to basically pitch your entire hands. You got to keep that in mind. It's kind of one of those like huge cards. Very interesting. Always very interesting. Okay. Big plays here. So discard 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I like discarding the red and blue for what it's worth. Really a tough time discarding those cards. Looks like Bodhi's going to be going after some kind of play to grab a Dedenne GX. I don't even know if the Dedenne GX was needed. I also think Crobat's cool in this deck too. Yeah, I don't see a Crobat in the deck. So there's the Quick Ball. There's the Dedenne GX. Maybe just putting the Viridian out in play. Can you guys tell me some rogue decks from Evolving Skies to make proxies for? I have Urshi, Ray, and the Callies. I'm honestly not sure what rogue decks would be out there. I think Zoroark and a bunch of Stage 1 sounds really cool. I mean, I think Bodhi's doing a good job getting out a bunch of energies. Yeah, Sabrina and Bryson's really one of those cards that a lot of us didn't really see coming. It's certainly interesting. Now, wonder if any other players won a game. Kaiser Scorch also won a game with their cool Rillaboom Delmise deck. I'm gonna let this game play out. I just have to run to the restroom and refill my water. I'll BRB, but I'll let you watch the gameplay. I'll be right back. Okay, word, we are back. Mew 3 is one of those cards that's weak to Psychic, so that's probably the reason why Bodhi would not be grabbing a Mew 3. And am I interested in the Gym Leader format? I honestly don't know enough about it, so I don't necessarily have an answer for that. It's not, nothing wrong with it one way or another, basically. All right. I mean, that Gangq really stopping Bodhi there. 3 cards in Bodhi's hands. But we're probably going to see the knockout on... Oh. Yikes. Bodhi's going to take 3 prize cards. And that's going to be huge. So we're definitely going to see red and blue. I would just grab another red and blue. And then pitch away some of the things that you just don't need. This seems like it's a kind of quick setup for game, especially since Angel does not have any of those other, no Alcremie at all. I'd probably pitch away the Great Catcher and the Greninja Zoroark. So, we'll see exactly where, kind of Bodhi starts off here. So, neither of those cards, not entirely sure why. But that's okay. I think the Darkrai Umbreon would be a little bit more important in this matchup than the... Okay, looks like we're going to be going with attacking with Mega Sableye. Okay, he's got some cards going back. He's just trying to thin out his hands. Again, I would have liked to put one of those cards down. That seems fine. I really don't see any issues putting down that card. I think having the energies on the active is a little bit rough. You probably just want to have 3. But as long as Bodhi's able to move all the energies to the Mega Sableye Tyranitar, that sounds good to me as well. Cool. Oh, is he going to go for a Greedy Crush? I don't know if I like that play. I think attacking with the Galarian Moltres would be much better. Kind of having 2 attackers. If anything were to ever happen to this attacker, which I don't think anything is going to happen to this attacker, it's just more bulletproof the other way around. Maybe not. There are Astral Barrage plays. So maybe Bodhi's seeing through that, seeing exactly what options there are. And I mean, it's cool. Bodhi did make top cut last week. Maybe it's going to be one of those things where Bodhi is just a regular player at the top tables. You find a lot of these players having some good stuff. Yo, what's poppin', random dude? How's it hanging? Good morning. I guess here it's early morning. It's not morning. And this, to me, looks like it's going to be, like, it for Angel. I think Angel's just in a really tough position. Bodhi even has the boss's orders. So Angel's going to have to find a way to disrupt Bodhi's hands. Yeah, Saboteur is kind of pog. Even putting a 2 prize card Pokemon out, you want to know what, more and more that I think about it, I do like Bodhi's play going for the Greedy Crush there. Just having, like, 2 prize cards left, Angel really can't play around. It's going to have to be like a Cresselia or bust in the active spots. And Bodhi has the boss's orders to win the game. It's so crazy. Saboteur is one of those cards that I thought was going to be great. Didn't live up to the expectations. And now, like, 2 years later, it's like at the top tables. Maybe Gangq's the wave to try to take some of these extra prize cards. That's a good play from Angel. I mean, Bodhi's hand doesn't have it. There's only 4 there. So we'll have to see how this goes. Going for a Poltergeist might be the only way that Angel has an opportunity, the potential opportunity, to go for the knockout. So thinning out the deck of the Evolution Incense, pitching a card for an energy for the Viridian Forest. The time right here is 1:42 a.m. on Tuesday. Have to go to work soon. Oh no. Big sad. There's the gang queue. This looks like it could be it. It's either knockout or it's not knockouts. That's really where Angel is at. Thank you. It'd be nice to work with someone else, but right now I'm happy to be providing something. So we see the air balloon. Are we going to see another energy on this Gengar and Mimikyu GX to go for a Poltergeist? Reset stamp? Okay, that's going to take the boss's orders. So that is one of the things that can take the cards out of Bodhi's hands. But there's also the Silvally GX. So Bodhi can always go disc reload. Are we going to see a Path to the Peak come out and play? Hey, Carlos, Goon, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really glad that we have another tournament going on here as well. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous I cannot plan it, but it is what it is. So Quick Ball is going to go ahead and grab Bodhi that Marshadow. So Bodhi grabbing that Marshadow can go ahead. That Quick Ball top deck is huge because now he'll be able to go for the whole disc reload. Will Bodhi be able to grab a Great Catcher or a boss's orders to win? Yeah, time differences is tough. Yeah, Poltergeist would not work. Now, if I were Bodhi, I'd be pitching through this entire hands with the Dedenne GX. I think Bodhi's set up to win this game. I'd be grabbing the Grenin. I'd be grabbing the Darkrai and Umbreon. I would have grabbed both and pitched through this entire hands. Okay. Will he get the boss? There's the Great Catcher. The Great Catcher is going to bring up either the Dedenne GX or the Gengar Mimikyu. Bodhi drawing back-to-back 8 prize cards using the Gigafall GX. So close. But Bodhi is going to be moving on to the top 4. What an exciting match. I mean, it sucks if you're Angel because you hit a deck that is all Dark-type Pokemon. But you want to know what? Bodhi did play that matchup very well in order to use Gritty Crush to a whole other level. We do have a lot more players playing in this event, so hopefully we could watch one of them in the top 4, see what other different decks are available in this tournament, and of course, all of these players who did make top 8, I will be covering their deck in a future video this week, just covering the top 8 decks of the Late Night series, breaking them down, letting you know my thoughts on them. We're kind of at the end of the format, so it's not really going to be seeing too many interesting decks, but interesting techs and stuff like that can certainly come out. So we'll give it a little bit of a break between now and the top 4. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting it all right. So we'll catch up with everyone soon in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back here with the top 4. And we have some very interesting decks making the top 4. I'm just going to get everything set up so everyone can get started. And I've already selected a game that everyone's going to love to see. So we're going to end the rounds. Everyone's ready to start. We're going to pair the next rounds. All right, let's see where it's at. So we have Kaiser Scorch versus Isaac Trone. So we're going to see Gorilla Boom Delmise going up against Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. So let's see exactly what's going on. And I'm just going to get everything set up gameplay-wise. Okay, game 1. And just give me 1 second. So we're watching it from Kaiser Scorch's perspective. Okay, and this is... Okay, so let's watch and see exactly what goes on here. So, they're just selecting their starting Pokemon. See, it's a little bit of a little bit laggy, but that's how you get what is going on. Yeah, should be a cool matchup. Alright, so we got Isaac starting off with a Water Energy on the Ice Rider Calyrex V. I mean, it's really not a bad start. Now, Kaiser Scorch here got they have a rough start here. Isaac might lose, that's what my experience says with Ice Rider. I've honestly never played this matchup between Ice Rider and Rillaboom Delmise VMAX. Now, just to see if these matches have gone into anything else, it looks like, yeah, Kaiser Scorch was able to win in Swiss. And the other half of the top 4 bracket is Hajime versus Bodhi, both playing Dark Toolbox. So some really cool matchups going on there. So really just waiting for Isaac to get all those Pokemon down. We're getting all those Sopples down so they could evolve into Drizzile the next turn. Is it going to be one of those things where Kaiser Scorch is going to be able to draw out of this? There is a Grass Energy, so we're going to see a Tag Call. The Tag Call is going to have to be for a Goose Mahala and a Rowlet Alolan Executor. Okay, the other one's going to grab a Goose Mahala. At least I can assume that it's going to be a Goose Mahala. Now, with both of the Thwackies in Kaiser Scorch's hands, it's just going to be it seems like it's going to be a tough go here. I really don't see how Kaiser Scorch is going to be able to get a turn 1 Rillaboom outs. I mean, I really like Ice Rider. So, discarding the one Rowegg sounds good. Discarding a Grass sounds good. How is Kaiser going to get around this? Because Path's not going to really shut things off. Capture Energy's fine. Turf Field's fine. Dark Box Mirror sounds fun, but it might be really boring. I'm honestly not sure. There's the Grookey. We're probably not going to see any kind of retreats. And it's just going to be that kind of slow, painful evolving into a Rillaboom. I mean, maybe Ice Rider's going to go back-to-back dubs. That'd be crazy. Ice Rider's a really good deck for events of this size, I think. I personally won an event with Ice Rider 2 in the Professor Oak's Atlas events. And I felt like it's really good going against these dark type decks and just like anything that's not Shadow Rider. Yeah, double thwacking hand's tough, but at least that's why there's 2 out of 3. There's always the option for 2 out of 3. Okay, so I mean, it looks like Isaac's going to be able to get set up with a bunch of these Drizzile, having options. There's a Capacious Bucket, so I mean, it looks like we're just going to see... Well, Ride of the High King's not going to be doing enough here. There's only 2 on the bench, so it's only going to be doing 70 damage to the active. Now, it could be one of those plays where you go Ride of the High King, finish it off with a quick shooting Inteleon. But it looks like we're going to be going Max Lance, discarding 1 energy, grabbing that quick prize card. Now... if I'm Kaiser Scorch, I guess I send up the Rillaboom, or the Rowag, I should say. Where do you really go from here? Seems like it's going to be an absolute tough match here. I guess Boss for a turn doesn't sound half bad. And then Super Growth does get out that Rillaboom. So, I mean, very close to getting it. And now, it all depends on what Isaac has in their hand. If they're able to go knock it on the Rillaboom, this can get a little bit awkward. But that doesn't look like we're going to see knock it on the Rillaboom. If we look into Isaac's deck, what are we going to see here? Is there escape rope in the deck? There's no escape rope, so that Rillaboom is safe for the turn. And there's a path. I mean, Kaiser can take out this path. That's certainly not an issue. Really just waiting to see how this is going to play out. Are we going to see a Max Lance for 250? Are we going to see a Max Lance for 130? You don't want to go for like Ride of the High King for like 40 damage. Okay, so Max Lance, there's 250 going all in. Getting so close to that knockouts. And I mean... I think it's best to go Turfield and probably Marnie. That sounds like a good play here. Whether or not it's best to use Rillaboom yet is it's really to be seen otherwise. Hey Jonas, how's it going? Okay, there's yeah, it's top 4 time. How's it going, Cash? This tournament's just absolutely plugging on. We're getting through it. So is that like, who's getting attacked here? That's the big question for me. I don't know who's attacking. Tool Scrapper quick shooting could be huge. Okay, there's that 150. Maybe the Delmise can kind of clear things up. But it's really one of those things where... yeah, Isaac does play that copy of Tool Scrapper. Okay. I'm also just going to double check to see exactly if there's anything going on in the other round. Nope, no, nothing going on in that round yet. So there's the Inteleon. Aggro does heal 30. And thank you so much for playing earlier today, Cash. I really appreciate it. Love seeing all the homies playing out in this event. So we wait. What's Isaac going to grab here? I mean, Tool Scrapper's not really going to... maybe Tool Scrapper's not going to be as huge as I thought. I'm reading through the chat. Healing the damage there with aggro healing there. Is taking Kaiser out of that range. I mean, of course we could just go... Well, Ride of the High King would do, what, 70 damage? 70 damage plus a quick shooting gets the knockouts. So this seems like it's going to be a Ride to the High King play. 20 damage to the active, 70 damage again to follow that back up. And I'd say this looks like it's it looks like it's going to be Isaac's game. What's going to go on here? Are we going to see that quick shooting? No, it's not going there. Are we going to see a max... Okay. The max lance now works. It's okay, Cash. You'll get them next time. I'm sure you'll win one of my events soon enough. So there's the knockout. There's that Tool Scrapper play. A little bit different than we thought it was going to turn out due to the miscalculation of damage. But we are going to see this Delmise come out. There's that Delmise VMAX top deck. He's not going to do anything here, though, for Kaiser. And we're not attaching the energies first. Probably because Kaiser wants to get an extra energy. Maybe this game could be good with, like, Malolana healing the active. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it's a little bit out of Kaiser Scorch's reach. They have about 3 turns left in the game. There's about 2 turns left if you are the Ice Rider player. So to me, this seems like it's a max anchor. I don't know if Frostlass is worth trying out. I know Tor tried it out. I'm personally not a fan of it. So there's the quick shooting Inteleon. Cool. So I don't really see that we're going to be getting a knockout here on the Delmise. The Delmise does have a lot of HP. So I don't think we're going to see a max lance play here. I mean, maybe we're just going to see 20-20, 250. So 60 plus 250 is 310. Maybe just kind of chasing it down and really being like, you want to know what? We're going to go max lance. If you don't knock us out, we're going to quick shooting you and knock you out. Yep, so it's at 310. Yo, Fullbuster, how's everything going related to Pokemon in-person play there at Canada? Really, there's like a couple places that are running in-store tournaments, but it's one of those things where there's not much going on here. Things are still relatively closed down just because Canada's pretty safe. So we are going to see Kaiser concede this game. Second. Okay, they're going to go second so they get to get off that aggro play. And Isaac is going to go up game 1. We are 1 game away from seeing the Ice Rider deck make finals for back-to-back weeks. And in the other game, it looks like both players are just like vibing out there. They've been playing for 11 minutes. Don't really see anyone, anything really changing here. Everyone's just kind of playing out their games, vibing out here. So, Ice Rider, this ain't a bad start for Kaiser Scorch. Let me play a 2-2 line with a 3-3-2 Inteleon line and Scoop Up Nets. Could be interesting. I think at this point, though, there's really not much else to test for in this particular format. Really just testing Evolving Skies. The next big tournament coming up is POG in a couple weeks. Quick Ball, Sobble, cool. Alrighty, there's an aggro. Yeah, it looks like Looks like we're going to get off that turn 1 aggro. There's no double thwacky in hands. So are we going to see the hard retreats? Are we going to see an air balloon retreats? I'm not sure. How do I see the things going forward? I mean, I think Ontario's pretty strict with their lockdowns. Everywhere else in Canada is less strict. But with Ontario being the most populated part of Canada, I think it makes a lot of sense because we are kind of we can gatekeep COVID a lot better if we control it here. If Isaac Winnie has experience with Dark Box, so he could win, like Urshi won back-to-back Players Cups, Ice Rider might win back-to-back Late Night Series. Exactly. Pog is not in real life. I don't know if I like the Path to the Peak going in play. Maybe that Crobat's gonna come down? Yeah, Pokemon Online Global Championships. That's what POG stands for. Busted Pog. So it looks like High Jame is up game 1. So both players are done game, both sides of the bracket are both done game 1. And we're gonna see. This is it's looking like it could be anyone's game here. What is that Drizzile gonna surge for? I mean, it looks like we need to get a Melanie in order to get an attack off from this Ice Rider Calyrex. Otherwise, I think Kaiser's probably going to take this game. Now, with the boss orders there, it might be some kind of stalling measure on Isaac's behalf. Just kind of be like, yo, you want to what? Let's really hope that you don't have anything. We might see a Malolana play. Malolana is a really great way for Kaiser to just move from the active to the bench because it is a switching card. There's that Rillaboom up in the active spots. Water Energy. If Kaiser can top deck a Turffield or a Delmise VMAX, ooh, there's just a switch. I would go Cynthia Caitlyn at this point and see if you can get her the Delmise VMAX. That is totally the play. I guess you just pitch away. Yeah, that seems great. Actually, I probably would have done Rillaboom first. Oh, wow. We are going to see that huge knockout. Yeah, Rillaboom would have been first in terms of sequencing to thin the deck out of those grass energies. I mean, maybe it would have been a little bit risky, and it's just kind of fishing here. But we are going to see that Delmise hit hard. Delmise going max anchor, turn 2, 240 damage, leaving Isaac with no Ice Rider Calyrex V in play. I almost would have liked to keep the switch, the boss's orders in hand, because we could have gone switch boss orders. There's that Inteleon, and Isaac's got to set everything back up, kind of starting off at square one again. And yeah, no energies. Turn 1 does really hurt the Ice Rider. Is it going to be a quick you can't deal with quick shooting for the rest of the game. That's not enough here. You really need to get that Ice Rider down. And I mean, I think that's really where Kaiser's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to grab a bunch of energies and play an attack. I'm a vibe out here. How's Isaac going to really handle this? So we do see the other Ice Rider Calyrex V come down with an energy. That does give Isaac the opportunity to evolve into an Ice Rider Calyrex V Max next turn. But, well, I mean, it's safe for right now as far as I'm concerned. I don't think there's any attack that Kaiser has that can really kind of bring that Ice Rider down. Are we going to see Zarude come out and attack? What is the Inteleon weak to from Sword and Shields? It's weak to Lightning. Okay, so we're just going to hit it and really push that. Okay, that seems fine. Not entirely sure about the Zarude, but I think it's going to be one of those, like, hit the active, switch, heal. If you don't hit the active, then you don't need to heal. And if you do hit the active, then we get to heal with Zarude. I don't hate it. I think it sounds cool. All right. There's that Melanie. Looks like we're going to see a Max Lance this turn, or maybe a Ride to the High King. We might see Ride to the High King. As well, I mean, I guess Isaac also needs to get the VMAX. We don't see the VMAX yet. Okay, there's the VMAX. He's got options to attack. Depending on how he feels, we can see how it goes. We're not going to see anything else like that. Framo, yo, thanks for the fun tournament. I went 5-4 for my first tournament. Hey, great job, and you did make phase 2, so I mean, 5-4 ain't bad. It's not the greatest record in the world, but it's also not the worst record in the world. There's players who would kill for a 5-4. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 1-1 this game. I totally think that. So, I don't know where we're going to see, I don't know where we're really going to see this damage going off. Like, I don't know how this game's going to really go. Cram is cool. Or maybe Cram's just going in the hand, just like the thin out of the deck. I'm honestly not entirely sure here. So there's a Melalana. I mean, switching there to... Are we just going to hit for 200? Okay, that's not bad. My day's going pretty good, the Greninja King. Streamed a little bit earlier, recorded a couple of videos. I have a little bit... Yeah, I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So, just kind of one of those, like, work days. I ordered from a really good local pizza place. It was pretty poggers. And I mean, I'm just going to probably hang out a little bit tonight. Had some coaching today as well. You ran Shadow Rider with Alcremie? Yeah, that's really one of the greatest decks. Seems like some of these late night events, the metagame's a little bit different where there's a lot more dark decks. So do keep that in mind for future reference. I also think I'm going to change up the structure for next week and probably cut to a top 8 and make the phases a little bit different. So I think I'm going to stream the top 8 deck lists going next week. And maybe add an additional 3 rounds or something like that. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it. I just don't necessarily like that there were 7 and 2s that bubbled out of top 16. So I would have liked to see a little bit more playouts. So I don't want to add a 10th round because I think the tournament's already as long as it could be. but I might take away a top 16 round and then add like a 10, 11, 12. I went 8-2-1, lost to Ice Rider in top 8, unfortunately missed the E-turn VMAX. It happens, Stassi, but thank you so much for coming out and really playing well. Yeah, 2 prize cards. It's going to be really tough because Isaac's going to have to, has, what, 1, 2, 3 attacks left in the game? Whereas Kaiser here has 2 attacks left in the game. So if you check the front page on the details, for anyone who does get prizing, I'm going to send it out via the Limitless rewards after the events. So you'll just click rewards and your packs will auto-magically be there. So I'll make sure that I have that as soon as this event is done. I'm really excited though because we're going to be able to record the finals very soon. Okay, so we are going to see Game 3. I was thinking of running Zapdos and Aurora Energies, but didn't know what to tech out for that. I have a couple of videos on my channel, so if you get a chance to check that out, I have covered the deck a few times. Rapid Strike isn't scared of Shadow Rider, which helps me because Urshifu is my favorite and also like the only rotation viable. Meta deck, I think Ice Rider is very good. I also think Shadow Rider is good. I think Rapid Strike Urshifu is fine. Lots of decks are very rotation viable. This is a hand. Okay, so it does have 1 retreat. I didn't know if the Zarude had 2 retreat. So that can always just get out of the active spots. I don't really think we're going to see too much out of here from Kaiser. I think it's going to be one of those things where... really one of those things where it's going to be like a decent pass turn. Yeah, really, it's nice to see a Game 3 because we got more action here. Right now, Bodhi's still, it's just that Game 2 right now. I was gone. Who took Game 1? We're now in Game 3, Chief Gaming. So Kaiser just was forced to go first because Isaac lost Game 2. What's poppin', Halucha? Ooh, that was a quick pass. And we're going to see Path discarded and Delmise. Okay. We are likely just going to see... yep, we see the Grookey, we see the Thwacky, we see the Rillaboom. I think we're going to be evolving with the Eggrow. Hi, new to the channel. Hey, welcome, Melvin, to the channel. Ya boy out. Yo, Black Market Saiyans, what's good? Hi, new to the channel. What are you most liking to use after rotation? Also, would you choose, if any, for a deck Urshifu VMAX plus Inteleon? I think it's very good. I think Urshifu VMAX Inteleon is very good. I like the new Metachamp from Evolving Skies. I think that's going to be very good in the foreseeable future. So, Melvin, if you haven't already, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel as well. All that stuff really does help out. Great plan going second. Yeah, it's really not bad. Stopping that, stopping Aggro from attacking and kind of slowing down Kaiser by a turn. Although Kaiser's hand is quite good. I'm not going to lie. If we don't see... Okay, so we do see the Ice Rider VMAX. This could be a boss's orders on that Rillaboom. And that would waste everything that Kaiser has going on here. Ooh, we are seeing that boss's orders. And the Path going down. Path stopping any kind of little abilities. That's a heartbreak. Looks like an early lead for Ice Rider to be advancing into the finals. Bodhi just won Game 2. I'm just gonna double check. Just trying to make sure that we have a finals game to watch. Alright, so we're just going to see that energy attachment. Can Isaac follow this back up with a Melanie? It's kind of an awkward spot, too, for Isaac, because if you go right to the High King, that's only going to be doing, what, 70 damage, and then you're going to heal 30 of it away? I mean, I guess you could go quick shooting and follow it up the next turn, but Mallow and Lana can also take it back, so I wouldn't necessarily count Kaiser out of this game yet. Discarding both energies does cause you to have a Melanie back-to-back turns and the energies, so a lot of stuff that you could miss. I know it's a little bit awkward for Kaiser, but I still think it's doable. Like as Will said, you could set up some insane plays with Metachamp. Metachamp is Rapid Strike, yes. So we did not see an energy there. That's wild. And it doesn't really look like there's much going on here. So, I mean, depending on how everything goes, like, we might see Kaiser be able to go Mallow, Lana, heal everything off. I think you just grab back the Marnie, just in case your opponent gets a decent hand. Yeah, this game's kind of going crazy. And the fact that there's the air balloon, I'd say this game is probably in Kaiser's favor right now. Starting to bring back that Grookey too. So with each passing turn, this aggro deck is going to become bigger, faster, stronger. And then of course the GX attack, the Tropical Hour GX is really kind of it's a force. That will knock out the Ice Rider Calyrax VMAX. So we are seeing an evolution incense that could grab out the Inteleon with Shady Dealings. Or the Drizzile. Yeah, I'm always typing, always doing stuff. Click, 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 click. I'm also just shuffling cards. Ooh. We're seeing the Tool Scrapper. Are we going to see a quick shooting knockouts? This could spell bad. 250 plus 20 from the quick shooting. That's 3 quick prize cards. There's that energy. Boom. That's going to be a knockout on Kaiser Scorch's aggro. That is tough. That is really tough, actually. I honestly don't know where Kaiser comes back from this, actually. It's just, like, slightly too little here. I mean, he's trying. He's going through everything possible in order to draw as many cards as possible. Surprise one turn with that Metacham is so cool. Sign me up. Even just, like, draw... Like, we've already seen how Gengar and Mimikyu GX taking extra turns can be huge. It's tough. Okay, so the 20 damage is going down on the active. Does Isaac have it? Okay, not grabbing a Crobat, obviously, because there's a Path to the Peak in play. Yeah, looks like it's probably game. Yeah, I think Ice Rider's going to be moving on to the finals here, unfortunately. What's Kaiser going to say? GG. Yeah, and Kaiser's going to be conceding. So we are going to see exactly what's going on here. Word. That's, I'm just going to double check to see if Isaac can stream the finals. So really just seeing what can go on here. And trying to get set up here. Okay, looks like we do have our finals game ready to be streamed soon. There's about 9 minutes left in the round. There's still Bodhi Robinson left to be playing. So we're going to be seeing Isaac Trone. Isn't it 1 a.m.? It's 2:30 a.m. for me. So, a little bit late, but that's why it's the late night series. There's no better way to be playing Pokemon except late at nights. Yo, Lucas, what's poppin', homie? We're just waiting on the finals match. So we have Ice Rider in the finals already. Isaac Trone. Any good rogue deck from Evolving Skies you think are worth proxy, Zach? I'm honestly not sure. Lucas, did you play in the event tonight, or were you doing other things? Yo, Bodhi won. So we are about to be in finals, yes. I also want to record this. Let me just make sure that I have everything available to start recording. Just going to set up this right here. So we're going to go with properties. Probably want to spell finals right. So we're going to be all right, everybody, we have made it to our grand finals of the Late Night Series number 2. On one side, we got Isaac Trone playing Ice Rider, and on the other side, we have Bodhi Robinson playing Dark Toolbox. Who's going to win? Last week, we saw Ice Rider win the event. Is Ice Rider going to win back-to-back weeks? I'm really excited. We're going to jump into some gameplay, see exactly who's going to take the title for the Late Night Series number 2 champion, and earn some invitational points towards that sweet, sweet PTCGO Zone invitational $2,500 prize pool. So it's one of those cool events that's going to be going on. We're about to see some epic gameplay. Let's check it out. So I'm just going to let these players know that they can start. Let's go admin here. And we're about to start the finals. So they both just checked in. Word, late night series, yes. Not online league at the same time. True, I feel that. Reggie Draco, howdy, I've been watching to the beginning. Just laid a subscribe on you. Yo, Red Cat, Blue Hat, that's awesome, thank you. Good morning, series from the Middle East part of the world, facts. I am feeling a little sleepy, but we're ready for the top cuts. All right, so starting off our game 1 of the finals, we have Bodhi Robinson playing against Isaac Trone. Bodhi playing Dark Toolbox is going to be going second against the Ice Rider deck. And I mean, Bodhi has been choosing to go second very much throughout the entire tournament. And Isaac's been choosing to go first. So I think it's one of those things where I'm not sure which player wants to be going first, which player wants to be going second. Personally, I know the Ice Rider player wants to be going first more often than not. Starting it off with an Energy, a Sobble, and an Ice Rider is pretty much all you could ever ask. And off the top of my head, I'd say that the matchup is favored here for Isaac. Now, Bodhi going first can go through that Sabrina and Bryson, kind of getting a gigantic hands if he just grabs 2 cards and pitches everything. The big plays here are going to be coming from Mega Sableye Tyranitar, being able to use Greedy Crush on the Ice Rider Calyrex V, being able to go ahead and use Dark Moon GX on an Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. It's a tough matchup. So maybe we'll see one of the decks get dethroned here. It's really one of those things where it could really be anyone's games. And this video, we're watching it live right now on YouTube and Twitch. It's also one of those things where we are going to be covering this deck in a standalone video and highlighting both of these players as well. And I mean, both players have played excellently to get to this point. They both have incredibly strong records. So we got a 10-1-1 at Bodhi, and we have the 10-2-0 at Isaac. I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's one of those things where if I have espresso, I'm not going to be able to go to bed. So Bodhi being able to get down both the Type Null and Double Sneasel puts him in a really good spot here. Why would you ever go second against Ice Rider? Because you are able to get off that gigantic Sabrina and Bryson to get all those Pokemon out. You might not necessarily be able to have that explosive start otherwise. No, based off what Isaac can grab here, Isaac could go for a Crobat play. But we're going to see a Sobble. Does he have access to the Drizzile? Okay, so we are going to see the Crobat. No Drizzile, no Ice Rider VMAX, but there is the Drizzile off the Crobats. So that could grab at the Ice Rider VMAX and hit the active for 250 damage. If you hit the active for 250 damage, it's just one quick shooting ping away from a knockout. Now, Bodhi does play a copy of Mallow and Lana that he can grab off Tag Call. So it is one of those things where Bodhi does have an answer against it. And I think Isaac's just going through that first search of the deck, kind of that long search. And of course it is going to be the Evolution Incense. You wouldn't want to leave your Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX kind of out there. Now, with Bodhi being able to attach 2 energies with red and blue, a 3rd energy for his turn. Oh, are we going to see a boss's orders on the Type Null? No, we're seeing the knockout on the Galarian Moltres V. That's crazy. So Isaac does not play Leon. Really just going with a quick shooting strategy. So I guess Bodhi's going to send up the Dedenne GX maybe as an air balloon fodder or what's going on, but that was a crazy fast start. A lot of players don't respect the Ice Rider deck, thinking that it's too like middle of the pack. Personally, it's one of my favorite decks in formats, just because of how consistently strong it is. And anyone wondering, I'm reading through the chat here as well. Ranking points did go up from last week, so it should be updated there. We are seeing that red and blue, grabbing a couple dark energies, evolving the Silvally. You have access to Weavile, but we will not be able to get enough energies out here in one turn to go for Dark Moon GX. So, the one good thing that Bodhi has going for him is that Isaac cannot go Melanie, Attach an Energy, and Boss in the same turn. There's no Lieutenant Surge, nor is Isaac behind on prize cards. So that's something that's not necessarily going to play out like that. So I guess Bodhi's just going to grab back that Galarian Moltres, and we're probably going to see the full swing. Wait, what? Is there no Weavile GX in Bodhi's deck? That might be a tough one. That might be a tough one. Okay, so, I mean, I think you gotta put the Galarian Moltres. Just getting more energies in play seems like an absolute must. Alright, just a quick pass. Isaac could be a Melanie away from being down to 2 prize cards out. This is Isaac's 3rd turn of the game. There's that Melanie. And with a full bench, Isaac doesn't even have to discard anything. So that's just going to be an OHKO on the Dedenne GX. With Drizzile, if Isaac doesn't have the energy, we could be seeing a Capacious Bucket. We could be seeing another follow-up here with a Melanie. Just because Bodhi does not play any disruption cards at all. No reset stamps, no Marnies. That's Dark Toolbox for you. It is what it is. It's laying it all out there and being like, word, this is what's going to happen or not. Yeah, it looks like both Weaviles are prized in Bodhi's deck. So probably not the best way to be playing in kind of a matchup where you're an underdog. I'm not going to say that it's like heavily favored for Ice Rider. It's probably like 65-35, 60-40. But it's tough. It's definitely tough. There's a Calm. Where's the Calm going to lead to? It's not another Crobat. I think Weavile has to be prized there. I'm pretty sure both Weaviles are prized. Bodhi does play 2 of them. There's another Inteleon. Where's the Inteleon going to bring us? Yeah, it's a tough luck, but you wonder what? That's why it's best 2 to 3. Yeah, the Cherish Ball is there, so that definitely could grab the Weavile GX. I mean, Bodhi could have grabbed it with Pokemon Communication last turn. Unless I missed it, the Weavile GX is just not there. And both of those Sneasels were down from the first turn as well. Yeah, Bodhi looks like he's going to concede the game. Yeah, so it's going to be going to game 2. I'm assuming, I don't know if Bodhi's going to be going first or second this game. I'll double check the pairings, see exactly, but that is, wow, that's a quick connection into the game. Yeah, Bodhi's going to be going first here. So that might be the difference between winning or losing this game. So maybe going first in this matchup is totally acceptable. Okay, that's not terrible. Bodhi starts with a Pokemon that, I mean, can do some damage. Bodhi really wants to focus on Greedy Crush against the Ice Rider Calyrex Vs. 210 damage really early is going to be the way. It's OHKO. It's OHKO or OHKO. Either way, you could do whichever one you want. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's my channel, so I pronounce things right or incorrectly, or it is what it is. Okay, so we see access to the Sneasel. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. He can't play the other Dedenne GX down, but he can evolve into a Weavile next turn and move some energies around. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge luck aspect when it comes to this game. And I don't want to say huge to the point, because we see a lot of the top players at the top of the game. I mean, we had Alex Szymanski win the Players' Cup 4 and the Players' Cup Invitational. You just can't get, like, lucky to do that. I mean, sure, maybe you hit some fortunate matchups along the way. There's a lot of skill when it comes to this game. But it's one of those things where you can see exactly what's, like, you can kind of alter luck a little bit. Let's see what Isaac's doing. I mean, I don't know if Isaac's game is crashing or if Isaac's just thinking about what card to play. But it's been a kind of long turn. There's an energy. Are we going to see Sobble search for some friends? Doesn't look like just a supporter card in Isaac's hands. Either that or there's a handful of Drizziles. So, I mean, oh, this is tough because Bodhi's has that ordinary rod. There's Weavile. Okay. It's a tough choice as Bodhi wanted to discard the energy. Maybe get those back. Grab a couple energies back in there. A couple Pokemon. Okay, no energies back. Okay, I think that makes a little bit more sense with the Galarian Moltres. And we are not going to see Bodhi able to attack this turn. Missing the red and blue. Luckily, he does have access to that Silvally to use Disc Reload. Okay. So there's that Ice Rider VMAX. Are we going to see a Melanie? Yeah, there's a Drizzile. Drizzile could definitely grab Melanie. Then there's that Viridian to grab another energy. There's certainly options here. So it looks like Bodhi starts a little bit too slow. A Pat to the Peak would also just completely halt everything that he could be doing. Like, I think it's really one of those things where it's a tough go for Bodhi here. Are we going to see a Pat to the Peak go down? Because that's really what's going to stop the Disc Reload, the Weavile GX. Like, Bodhi's deck is very ability reliant. And that's what makes Dark Toolbox vulnerable to Pat to the Peak. So if we see a Pat to the Peak, Bodhi doesn't have a Viridian, does not have a Marshadow. It's going to be tough here to get around that. And there's that path. So I mean, Bodhi's gonna have to top deck out of this. The Fling for the win was great. Yeah, that damage being off was so sad. It was one of those crazy games between Azul and Szymanski. But you want to what? Jumping into it, we see the 250 and no way to get around that Path to the Peak. So Bodhi's just gonna have to like maybe use Boss to try to get an extra turn. Yeah, I think Boss is really the only play here. I would have probably brought up the other Ice Rider. Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like Bodhi's kind of grasping at straws here, and the quick shooting's going to take 3 prize cards. So there's 3 prize cards for Isaac. Yeah, it's really one of those things. Bodhi did make it very far last week, so to make it to the finals is definitely an improvement. But sometimes you just get hit hard with just a little bit of unluckiness in the finals. We're really just, I think it's really Isaac's game here. It's quite unfortunate. Bodhi's one of my great friends, by the way. Longtime friend. I've known Bodhi for, I think like 6, maybe 4 years, 5 years. One of those, like, still a senior, one of the older seniors in the game now. It's kind of hard to picture that all because of the pandemic and the lack of in-real-life play. But, I mean, to see his improvement online, it's absolutely amazing to be in the finals of one of these events. There was like 245 players, So to make finals for either player is crazy. Yeah, Bodhi got a little unlucky in an unfortunate matchup. It is what it is. There's only so much that you could do. So, yeah, there's that max lance, and now, yeah, Isaac's down to 1 prize card remaining, and Bodhi's still path-locked out of the game. So if Isaac has access to a max lance, this could be it. That Calm can grab a Marshadow, so there's some slight hope here. And disc reload to draw cards. I mean, can he make a comeback? I mean, there's Weavile, but there's really only the 2 energies in play. Not sure. Okay. I guess we haven't seen a supporter either. So grabbing red and blue, pitching away a couple things. That could get some energies in play. And there's those Weaviles that Bodhi didn't have last game. There's 4 energies. I mean, maybe you just retreat into your highest HP Pokemon and go Dark Moon GX, try to grab an extra turn. I think that's really where we're at. Yeah, it's really unfortunate to watch. The Dark Moon is not going to be getting that knockout. It's just going to be stopping for the turn. Okay, back to Bodhi's turn. The 20 damage is there. I mean, he could go ahead here and pitch his hand away, getting set up to draw more cards with disc reload. He's fighting. Again, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it out. But we'll see. There's no stamp. Bodhi's deck plays no stamp. There's the 150. Will he have the Melanie for game? There's Melanie. Does he have the other energy, though? There's the energy, and that's going to be it, doing the extra damage just in case, and Isaac is going to take that title. What a close game. Really well played by both players. Bodhi got a little bit unfortunate in a tough matchup, but it is what it is. So there we have it, peeps. We had Bodhi Robinson, Isaac Trone battling it out, Ice Rider, Dark Toolbox. Bodhi got a little bit unlucky when it came down to it. And Ice Rider is an unfavorable matchup for Dark Toolbox. So Isaac did come out as our late night series #2 champion. So major congrats to Isaac on that huge accomplishment. It's amazing. There was a 245 players, and shout out to everyone who came out to play in this event and watched this event and supported this event. Major shout out to PTCGO Zone for sponsoring this event. For all the players who are waiting on prizing, I'm going to be putting it out immediately. And it's one of those things where I'll be putting up the late night series #3 events. They are every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So be able to check those out already. Yeah, it's a tough matchup for Dark Toolbox. Someone's got to win though, and you want to know what? Finals sometimes are decided by just hitting a good matchup or not. So that's what we got going on here for our finals. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe or follow, and that's really what we got going on, peeps. I'm going to be signing off now for the night, but I'll catch up with everyone later. Peace out.